That's like all jacked up. Alright, what is it you saw?
Alright, intake gasket. Wasn't even seated between the two.
Where is that intake gasket at, you know?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Well, here's the intake right here. Maybe you could show them the spot.
Yeah, where's the front of this bitch?
Alright. I think it was up here in this corner.
Yeah.
Right?
From about here to here, the gasket was way out here. Just bent the fuck up. Not sealing whatsoever. So easily can boost out of there. Next, we noticed before pulling the engine out. Where's that bitch at? I know it's in here somewhere.
Okay.
Big ass crack on the turbo manifold. Upon pulling it out, this one's not too bad, but there's some damage on the blade itself. I think the exhaust side's pretty okay. Wastegate seems to open okay.
Does it look like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, an attempt to weld the turbo to the manifold itself was made. It's missing a bolt on the 5-bolt flange. That's not flowing a whole lot of coolant whatsoever. Looks like he tried to do that with wire cutters. No gaskets on the discharge pipe, just gray RTV.
On which side? The passenger side that was leaking?
Both sides, yeah.
Oh, both, yeah.
No fucking gasket whatsoever on the exhaust.
Yeah.
Fucking between the head and the manifold. Over here, he somehow fucked this up, so I had to cut that out. You can see there's 4 studs. These bottom 3 were the only 3 with nuts on them. There was a gasket, you can see here and here where it was leaking out the top because there's nothing holding the top of the manifold to the block. Another big ass crack right here on the manifold itself. Cleaned this up a little bit, but this had gray RTV all over it as well. Because of the fucked up motor mount, the charge pipe would not stay on this bitch, and yeah, the turbo's just absolutely destroyed. I would not trust these compressor wheels, this compressor wheel on a Honda. He got gray RTV on this stud, so trying to take it off snapped it. It was missing a stud as well on this one. Did you say you saw it rubbing somewhere real bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful rub right there. These things are supposed to be made that if the turbo overspins or something happens for whatever reason, where the turbine wheel explodes, this housing is supposed to contain that. I wouldn't trust that just on a safety factor, that shrapnel could exit through that. And when these things are spinning in excess of 70,000 RPMs, if it exits this housing, it very well could travel right through the firewall and hit the driver. I mean, this whole thing's fucking a mess. Let's see, as you can see, we don't really give a shit about this line because it was rubbing right against the pulley and sliced right through it, so it's not doing shit anyway. Just find that power steering line. Wherever it may have gone. So the power steering tank at, I think it's over here still. Still attached.
You said power steering tank?
Yeah, because that one should have the line on it. Ah, there we go.
I think it's this one. I do remember how that was hanging underneath the car, though. It wasn't hooked up
No,
to anything.
there's a big ass hose that fucking goes through the pump itself.
Yeah. Forgot where we put it.
Anyway. Here we go. Oh yeah, right there. This has only got a small gash in it. I don't quite think it's leaking yet, but it would have been soon. Definitely not a good thing. We already threw it out, but he had a boost control solenoid on this, wired directly to the positive and negative of the battery. So it was always on. Fucking, you're supposed to run that to a boost controller, regulate boost, doing that, just, it wasn't doing anything, except causing a short circuit. It's fucking glowing red hot before they pulled the fuse out of it. Overall, this dude has no fucking idea what the fuck he's doing. He sort of got the kit on there, but just countless leaks on this thing, countless things fucked up. And he mentioned that this kit made like 330 horsepower of the wheels.
He actually one time claimed more, 360, 360. He said at one time he had it 430.
Alright, well, I'll call bullshit on the 430 unless he paid someone to put the kit on. 330, 360, yeah. Fully believe that. However, if he had fucked up everything he did, just fixing that shit, this kit probably would have put out 390 to 400. But with it leaking everything under the sun, there's just no fucking way. Oh yeah, the motor mount somewhere.
Where the hell did I put those? Oh, they're in the back. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, this is one of the motor mounts. This is the driver's side, and one of the major reasons we actually started to tear into this bitch, because I mean, it sits in there just like this, and I mean it was rocking around a good amount, so this was one of the primary reasons that we tore into it. Let me tighten this down. So, you know, normally it'd be tightened down just like this, and
yeah, there goes the one that works.
This one's good. I'll just kind of act like the nut. As you can see, doesn't turn, doesn't move, nothing. This one, with the nut tightened down, as you can see, once we got the engine lifted up a little bit, it was just kind of hanging there, and I just reached in and I pulled it right out. Like, yeah, good job there. And this is a major reason why he's got a huge rub on his turbine housing as well. Like this, I don't even know what the dude was thinking putting this shit on there. Like, I mean, if shit pops up, call the owner, let him know. That's a big thing, especially if your reputation's on the line. This dude's supposedly a Nissan Master Tech.
Well, he did tell me that that it was jacked up and that he was going to fix it with some kind of way. I think he used a wheel bearing or something, he was telling me. I'm really not sure what he's talking about. I have no idea how that worked.
I know that he didn't fix shit, and the car's all fucked up and sitting in here because now we have to determine how we're going to fix it.
What do you think he used to cut this with?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure he sicked his dog on that. Just had a dog or a chipmunk or something gnaw on it till the pipe fit through. It doesn't look like any cutting tool I've seen before.
No.
Oh yeah, he's still waiting on uprev cable. Still has not appeared anywhere, which is a pretty major thing. Fucking, just overall, it's just a real shoddy build. It's a huge difference between, you know, doing it cheap, fucking cut a few corners where they don't really matter and just fucking not giving a shit and throwing it on there because it's not yours and you don't really give a fuck. Someone's paying you to do something and you just didn't do it. Plain and simple. Fucking, and then the owner ends up paying more out of pocket to get the shit fixed that it would have cost to do it right the first time. So now we're just waiting to see what we're going to do. Possibly a custom turbo kit. Maybe try something cheap on the build. You know, HR head studs, fucking HR gasket. Keep it under 500 to the wheels. You know, it's untelling. Especially since going that option, you know, the bottom end wouldn't need to be touched again, and later on down the road you could swap out the head studs and head gaskets and go for even more power. But as of right now, we're just on a wait and see what happens. Oh, yeah, airbags.
Oh. I don't know where the harness is at.
It is right there.
Right? Yeah. I know this was hanging underneath the car, and I asked him, I said, what is that? Because I knew what it was already. He said it didn't go to anything. It wasn't anything important. And I know clearly on the intercooler, it has a little spot where something's supposed to go, and I'm pretty sure that's where it's supposed to go. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, that's definitely where it hooks up.
Yeah.
Front crash sensor.
Yeah. What happened? What's this, that hose, the fuel line thing?
Let's take a look at this bitch. Oh, should not be under that. In case that bitch falls. Anyway, not sure if you can see, but this is just one of those cheap fucking, it's not real stainless fucking hose, it's just hose with a covering over it. Screw it on. Let's find the actual fuel rail.
Fuel rail, yeah, it's over here.
Anyway. No, this isn't it. Fucking the piece that bolts on here. Anyway, there's a piece that bolts on here, contains the evap solenoid and some other shit. It's not really important, but the fuel line does bolt into it. Well, it's not stock, it snaps on. It bolts in here, and it's got one of these dampeners on it for fuel pulses. For whatever reason, he decided he wanted to cut that stock line and replace it with that stainless piece. I don't know why. Because he cut that. My guess is he fucked it up, and that's why he cut it, because the stock line shouldn't have been moved at all. It should have just clipped right back on like it did before. So he had that stainless line, which was actually too long. The bottom end's all frayed and fucking wonderful. Gonna cut my hand up working on it. And yeah, like it's just ran up and then did a couple loop-de-loops and then went on the fucking fuel rail, and the fuel rail wouldn't even bolt back into the proper location because of it. Like it was just kind of sitting in there with the end hanging way up in the air. Fucking, we're actually pretty lucky it didn't leak fuel like that.
Yeah.
Because that's how engine fires start. In fact, I'm probably sure that if we hop on YouTube, we can probably find like 12 engine fires this dude's involved in. Overall, I'm pretty sure that hillbillies themselves would be embarrassed to be associated with something like this. And not because it's an import, like, it's shoddy work. I know I wouldn't touch it with a 10-yard stick, fucking to associate my name with it, but we're gonna get it fixed. And hopefully make more power than before, even on the stock block. That's about it. Probably end up with a custom turbo kit on this.
Yeah, because nothing's stock now. There goes my, what you call it, what are the flanges I bought sitting over there in that toolbox.
Yeah, brand new flanges from Mazworks. Mazworks does some pretty fucking good job. I'm not sure if anyone's seen them, but they've got a 1600 horsepower SR, well not SR, 240SX that they swapped the SR out of for a VQ35 before they snapped the motor mount off the block. And those flanges are fucking spectacular. Fully CNC. They're already recessed, so it's real easy. You just throw a pipe on there. You can't really fucking misalign it whatsoever because it fits in there perfect. So, the question is if we're probably going to do twins again or if we're going to do single. Just order parts, wait for them to come in, get this shit up and going. I'm just glad I only had to cut one manifold off. Because that bitch was not easy to take off.
Oh, since you're a VQ master, let's go see your 350Z.
Sure.
Okay.
My shit's the fucking rat rod special right here. don't give a shit about looks personally, but I do shit right. Fucking... My shit is set up for high power. Fucking... It's got Mishimoto radiator down here. Fucking... It's worked great for me. Runs stock fans. I don't see temps above 180. You can't really see it, but way down here by the air cooler's got a 24-row oil cooler. Again, I don't see temps over 180. Fucking... I built this motor pretty loose because I knew the power levels it'd be seeing. Right now on the street tune, it sees about 600 to the wheels, 20 pounds of boost. 100 octane, I can turn it up to 30 pounds of boost for north of 800 to the wheels. Fucking uses CJM fuel rails, all stainless fuel lines, Aeromotive A1000 fuel pressure regulator. It's got a Cosworth spacer. Fucking intake's custom. Fucking, I've shortened the runners inside the intake by about 4 inches to right shift the power band because engines make shitloads of torque and traction's a big issue. It's got putter rods, Wassner pistons, Cosworth oil control baffle, Dynasty head gasket, Dynasty billet main girdle, ARP main studs, ARP L19 head studs, Dynasty head gasket. I think I said that alright. Run an 04 Mustang throttle body so that I converted over to cable setup. Haltech lets me do that. I've got a nitrous port here, but I don't run it because they'll make you tow your car here in Hawaii. You got nitrous set up, but when I go back home, I can put a single port in, help spool the turbo some if I want it, or if I just want some more power. Fluid dampener, crank pulley, a must, that or ATI for high power builds. It's got a South Bend flywheel with a custom 6-butt clutch. I had a full face. It slipped at 600 foot-pounds of torque at 4,800 RPMs at 20 pounds of boost. So South Bend made me a custom one for free. Can't really see the turbo because it's backed by the transmission, but it's a Precision 6766. Not monstrous, but it makes good power. The super guys will tell you that all day. Even some of the Evo guys. TWM short shift. Not that I need it, I just like to shift fast without actually moving my hand fast. Can't really see it, but the Haltech's running back here behind.
Oh, you could see it if I look right here. I saw it earlier. Let me see if I can get a... there it goes. I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I got my wire here to tune it. I straight tune. I don't run on the dyno because it's just too goddamn expensive. My Razzo shift knob, it's a heavy shift knob that I JB welded in because I'm not spending, you know, $200 on a shift knob when you can get this bitch for 20. My 2-step switch, I need to replace that with a push button, which is just sitting on my counter. I just need time. Greddy turbo timer. I cut up the autometer gauge pod that goes up here. There's holes in it still where it was mounted. Run oil, temp, fuel pressure, boost. This is dual wideband. Fuel gauge doesn't work because you can look right here and see that there is no fuel tank anymore. The methanol kit's not hooked up anymore. I'm only running the high-speed fuel now, trying to make things easier. I'm waiting on block leave. It needs a lot of rewiring at the moment. I just don't have time with school work. You can see my fuel lines. Dual 8 AN fuel feed, 6 AN fuel return. Some people question me about running them inside the car. I've had no issue. So there's no fuel vapors from it. Not since I replaced the swirl pot. Bitch keeps locking itself. So damn annoying. $16-gallon fuel cell with dual Bosch 044s. They're not mounted right now. Again, another issue with time. I got the mounts right over there with the old downpipe. .305, 35, 18, 20 R888s. I still spin in first and second gear. I need to get bigger. Probably step down to 17-inch rims. And there's a big ass hole there. If you can look for the 4-inch exhaust, it's not quite done yet. Not a pretty car to look at, but goddamn, it's fast. He can.
Yeah, he definitely blew past me at 140 when I was driving, like I was sitting still. I was very embarrassed. But not really saying all the stuff he has done to it, so.
Yeah, I mean.
And how my car is the state that it was in.
To do it like this, I mean, I've got $28,000 in parts invested. Someone paid me to do it. I'd take more of my time. I'd be able to devote time to it. Mine, I was just trying to get back on the road, so I cut corners definitely, and that's why it doesn't look as good as it could. Customer would look a lot better because I'd be charging them probably about $40,000 for a build similar to this. Of course, you know, it wouldn't be a cutout hood or anything like that unless they wanted it like that. It'd be a real hood. But that's really just because this thing never sits still very long. It's more of a test bed for me. I'm always changing. Like the 4-inch exhaust has been on there a day. I was trying to quiet it down. It actually got louder. So I've got to order another muffler for it. Wonderful. Then this hood's getting replaced. I'm just going to make a one-piece lift-off hood, cut some more weight out. Stock, it's 31.5 or 31.50. I'm sitting right about 2,800 pounds right now. So that was a major thing for me too, is just cutting weight. I've still got a lot more I can cut weight out with. But this wasn't really made to look pretty at all. It was made to look stock and just kind of like a sleeper. Like people look at it like, oh man, that's a piece of crap, and then he just destroys them on the street. So one day it will look pretty, but that day is not today.